When a loved one passes away, it can be tempting to keep it all of their stuff. In fact, getting rid of their stuff can seem almost cruel and heartless in those first days and weeks after we've lost a loved one. So what most of us end up doing is we box it all up and we put it in our basements, or we put it in the attic, or we put it in a storage unit across town. And we simply put off the decision of what to do with all of that stuff until a later date. This is a completely normal reaction, and it's probably a healthy one. After you lose a loved one, you don't want to make a whole lot of decisions really quickly, all right? You're still kind of working through your grief. But today's advice is really for those people who have lost a loved one and a period of time has now passed, and they really feel ready to start sorting through some of that stuff and letting some of it go. That's the key lesson that I want to share with all of you today, is that you simply cannot keep it all. So you've got to let some of it go. Yes, you heard that right. I'm going to give you permission to not keep each and every last item that belonged to your loved one that you lost. Because those of us who have lost a loved one can tell you all too well that no matter how much stuff you keep from your departed family member or friend, it's not going to bring them back. And I want to assure you that your memories of your loved one are not tied to those objects. And your love for that loved one who has passed away is not represented by those objects either. So that means if you were to keep 100 items from your mother who passed away, that doesn't mean that you loved her any more than if you had chosen to keep only 10 of her items, right? Does that make sense? That's an important lesson to really take home, because sometimes when we are riding high on emotions after we've lost a loved one, we can tend to lose perspective of that. And we think that if I really loved my mother, my grandmother, my uncle, or whoever it is that passed away, if I really loved them, then I would keep all of this stuff. But that's simply not true. Love and memories and stuff are not the same thing. So I want to encourage you to really think about how much space you have in your current home for these keepsake items, okay? That will help you determine just how much stuff of your loved ones that you're going to keep. Now, the first thing I want you to do is focus on the big stuff. That means furniture. Ask yourself if you have enough room for a piece of furniture from your loved one's home in your current house. Okay, so do you want a piece of furniture from your loved one's home? And if so, which items might they be? If you don't have room, but you would really love to keep, let's say, that antique Hoosier cabinet from your loved one's home, then what items in your current home are you ready to let go of to make room for that new keepsake piece of furniture that you're bringing in? Don't you dare bring that keepsake piece into your home and store it in your garage for 7 years while you procrastinate on making room for it in your current house, okay? Now that you've decided about the big stuff, the furniture, let's move on to the little stuff. Tell yourself that 3 boxes of keepsakes is plenty, or maybe 5 boxes, or even 10 boxes if that works for your situation. But make no mistake, some kind of limit should be set. Don't just keep stuff willy-nilly whenever the emotions arise, because then that's how you end up with 30 boxes of keepsakes in your basement that you never look at, okay? So set a limit for yourself. Once you've set a limit for yourself and you start sorting through some of those small things, ask yourself, what items can I keep that I will be able to use or display in my everyday life in my home? So items that you may use include things like cookbooks or a piece of furniture or a piano. Items that you display might include artwork or photographs or, even antique glassware that can be placed in a curio cabinet. If you think it's beautiful and it brings back good memories, then find a way to hang on to it or put it up on your wall or display it on a shelf in your home. But items that you can't use or display should not make the cut when you're deciding what you want to keep. Because here's the thing, keepsakes, the whole point of keepsakes is to help you bring back good memories, right? And how can an item bring back good memories if it's stored away in a box in the basement, right? So when things are used or displayed in your everyday home, they become a conversation piece. They become a daily reminder of your loved one. They become a way for you to continue to think about and talk about your loved one on an everyday basis. So put items out that you can see on a daily basis that will remind you of your loved one that you lost. They then become a part of your daily life, and they become conversation pieces that can spark a story to be told about your loved one. And they serve the purpose of helping you to feel close to someone you have lost. And that's something that a pile of boxes kept in a basement never could. I'm Janine Bryant, the right-sizing expert from Easy Rightsizing. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe so that you can see all of our videos that we put out on the right-sizing process. Thanks for watching.